Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Happy High Tarot. In today's pick a card reading, we will find out how will the person on your mind describe you to someone. Before we begin today's reading, if you have a problem with my shit-eating Indian accent, feel free to go and fuck yourself. You can see an image on your screen right now. You've got three options to choose from. Feel free to pause the video over here, meditate on all your options, pick whichever one calls out to you the most. You'll find the timestamps in the comment section as well as in the description box below. So make your choice and let's get started. Hello group 1, if you guys chose the first image, let's find out how would the person on your mind describe you to someone. So the cards that came out for you guys are Chameleon, which says stay in the background and adapt to the situation rather than being conspicuous and attempting to direct the course of events. Then we have Cardinal, that says the polarities of your spiritual pursuits and physical pleasures are out of balance, so do whatever is necessary to bring them back into equilibrium. All right. I think you've got this from people before as well, that you are like a chameleon. And when it comes to this person describing you, I think they would go with something like, Group 1 is the kind of person that you simply cannot put in a box. Also, you never know what to expect with Group 1. They are not someone who's very predictable, but Group 1 is the kind of person who's very smart when it comes to how to deal with what kind of a person and how to behave in what kind of a situation. Very adaptable, basically. In fact, this person will go on to tell whoever's asking them to describe you that nobody can accurately judge your personality on the basis of your physical appearance because there exists a polarity between the two. For instance, you might be the kind of person who loves wearing bright colored clothes and you keep your inner child alive, and maybe you have some of that 90s fashion also on you somewhere. But then when you open your mouth and when you start talking, it's almost as if someone is sitting and having a conversation with a hermit or with some sage or just some old soul. So you are full of surprises. In fact, I think the person on your mind will really cherish and just take a lot of pleasure in describing your physical appearance, because whoever this is, they absolutely love the way that you look, the color of your hair, your eyes, the shape of your eyes, your shape for that matter, your choices when it comes to clothing, which colors look good on you. Oh, you should see Group 1 whenever they're wearing red, or Group 1 really stands out when they're wearing yellow or green. It looks really great on them. Like that, Group 1 has the most beautiful, natural, long, dark eyelashes ever. So things along those lines. This individual might also tell others that you are very spiritual, but you're not one of those stereotypical spiritual people. Like, just by looking at you, someone might not be able to know for a fact that you possess such in-depth knowledge of the universe and the way things work, but you do. And that is who you are. You are not a book that can be judged by its cover. And I think that is also something that this person will tell others about you. Okay, let's see what else do we have. The Eight of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. Something about your hair, the texture, the color. Maybe you have long, beautiful curls, or just the way your hair falls on your back. If you have a voluptuous butt, then that is something that comes up. Okay, I heard Group 1 might seem like they're shy or they're timid, but they're not. They just really like to take their time to get to know someone before opening up to them. So that's another thing that will be spoken about too. Group 1 is not selectively social. They just really like to be sure of the people that they engage with, whether it is in conversation or any other capacity for that matter. For a few of you watching this reading today, maybe the person from whose point of view, or like whose point of view you want to know regarding you, might be someone whom you met at work or whom you met because of work. um, or maybe in general this is someone who has seen you working and they know how good you are in your craft. So that's another thing that they'll be sure to mention to anybody who's asking about how you are. So they will say that group 1 is very very good at what it is that they do for a living, and besides that also they seem to be a person with many talents. There's nothing that they're not good at, kind of like an all-rounder. They'll also mention how you are the kind of person who never gives up without a fight. You have that fighter spirit in you. You like to try and then try some more till the time you've got the result that you want. If this is someone that has grown up with you, they'll be sure to add that you were a very studious kid growing up. You have a lot of respect for the people whom you work with, the people who work for you, the people you work for. Just in general, you have a lot of respect for anyone actually who's working hard to bring food on their tables. And that compassion shows in the way you deal with people. That compassion shows in the way you interact with strangers whose backstories you don't know. But you're always very sensitive in your dealings with those people. So that's another thing that'll come up. You're very good at showing the mirror to someone. You can trigger people without realizing it. You're also very good at giving people a taste of their own medicine. You have deployed the tit for tat tactic, and you do not shy away from it. You've got to do what you got to do. In fact, whoever this person is, they might also tell these people who are asking about you, that I too have been a subject to this whole. Okay, so you want to play the game? I'll show you how it needs to be played. Again, there are so many different shades of you coming across. There is no linear element to your personality group 1, and I think that'll be very clear from this person's explanation regarding you. Some of you love to sleep. You can sleep anywhere. You can take as many naps as a human being possibly can throughout the course of a day, and that's another thing that'll come up. You never seem to be in a hurry. You're the In fact, even the way in which you walk is so relaxed. You never seem like you're in a hurry to cross the street or in a hurry to get from one platform to the next. And that patience and that command um, shows in your body language. Okay, nice. What else? We have diamond that says you will be receiving or giving a precious gift, and hills that says obstacles to overcome. I heard the gift that keeps on giving. That's really sweet. And I think that that is a sentence that this person might actually use for you, group 1, that you are the gift that keeps on giving. Your energy is very wholesome. To be friends with you, to be your lover, to be your family member, it's nothing short of a gift. It's actually more of a privilege to be so closely associated with a soul as kind and as precious and as pure as yours, group 1. In fact, with the diamond's energy over here, this individual will also tell others about you, group 1, that you're not the kind of person who's ever faking anything. You're very authentic. What's there on the surface is also what's there in your soul. Whatever's coming out of your mouth is exactly what you're thinking or how you're feeling. You don't play games. You also have a very good quality of helping other people connect better with their potential and understand what it is that they're good at, or how can they become the best version of themselves. And in a very I would say, like, you do not expect anything from anyone in return, but then you do these helpful gestures for them, such as gently nudging them to come back on the right track, or helping them understand what will work out for them and what probably might not. And all of this, very, it is done in a very selfless manner. Also, with hills over here, the person will tell people that group one is a force to be reckoned with, especially in during adversities, in times of a challenge, because they're unstoppable. No challenge is too big or too small for them. For them, it's just another step in the way, and they'll do what they have to get across. In fact, for a few of you, this person will also tell these other people that you, group one, are like a ray of shining light in their life. So, whatever the association might be between you and this person that you have in your mind right now, they will make sure to tell these people that they found you at a time when they were struggling, and you brought back that love and light and laughter in their life. And in case you're asking about someone who's always been a part of your life, then they'll be sure to tell others how you have been a constant for them. How, when they were on the verge of giving up, it was because of your belief in them and your belief in the fact that the situation can be dealt with that helped them get through. Okay, what else do we have? Guilt and mending. Okay. Oh, so group one, this person might tell others that you have this tendency wherein you can be guilt tripped into doing things for others. And this person might also tell these people that this is something about group one that I don't like, and I've often tried to warn group one about it. They just do not seem to listen. I've seen this happen many a times in front of my own eyes, that someone has guilt tripped group one and they agree to do that task, they agree to do that thing. They're so sweet. I don't understand how is it that sometimes they're not able to see through people's lives, because this is definitely something that this person would like you to work upon, group one. And I think somewhere even you know this. You know that if anybody sweet talks you, you find it very difficult then to say no or to turn down that particular task. For a few of you, you might have grown up in households that were particularly difficult, absentee parents and things like that. And from a very young age, it was you who took on the responsibility for your younger siblings. And so if this is someone who knows about your journey, or if this is someone who has seen you come out of situations like that and then be who you are today, so they'll make sure to add that in their long list of the things that they like about you and why they appreciate you so much. And lastly, over here with mending, this again is such a beautiful energy, group one, because this person will describe you as the kind of person who actually values human relations, values human connections, human relationships. You're not the kind of person, group one, who is absolutely okay not seeing someone ever again for the rest of your life. Till a particular point, you do try your level best to save connections, to save friendships, even if you're not directly involved in that entire equation. You can go out of your way to save the friendship of two people who've got nothing to do with you, but that's just the kind of person that you are. You do not like to see things falling apart. So you try to act like that glue that holds everything together. For some of you, I'm getting this strong feeling that whoever this person is, they are someone that like to take care of you for a change, because usually it's you who's taking care of everyone else. But overall, they would describe you as someone that's very kind-hearted, very compassionate, very multifaceted, multi-talented, very giving, and what was that? That sentence the spirit is asking me to repeat for you guys. Yeah, the gift that keeps on giving. Lovely. Alright, group 1. So these are all the messages that I have for you guys right now. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here, and hit the bell icon when you do so. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, group 2. If you guys chose the second image, let's find out how would the person on your mind describe you to someone else. So the cards that came out for you guys are grouse or grouse, that says express yourself through rhythm and movement by drumming and dancing. Why the fuck did I say grouse? Then we have panda, that says create a sacred space for yourself in your home and or place of work. All right, maybe you truly are a very good dancer, group 2, so that is something that this person will make sure to tell others about you. I mean, I think right off the bat this person is going to start off by telling people about the talents and the skill sets that you possess. One of them might be dancing, something about singing. Some of you are very good at poetry. I heard you write really well, so that's another thing that will come up in the conversation. Your inner peace means the world to you. You are very defensive about it. You do not allow anybody else to enter that sacred space that easily. And that's another thing that this person will tell others. Group 1 really values their peace. Group 1 honors their work. You should visit group 2. You should visit group 2's home sometime. It's almost as if you've entered a sanctuary of sorts, wherein almost immediately you start feeling at peace. There is this really nice fragrance in all the rooms. Sage, camphor, something like that. Some soft music playing somewhere. Wind chimes or artworks of glass that reflect the sun here and there in your room and make all these nice dancing patterns. Are you able to visualize that? It is so beautiful, just like your energy, group 2. In fact, this person will also tell these people that group 2 is the kind of person who marches to the beat of their own drum. They are a non-conformist. They do not like to be put in a box. Group 2 is not the kind of person who will quietly accept any rule or any tradition just because people before them have been doing so. They need a concrete answer regarding why are they required to do this and how is it adding value to the whole thing. Only then will they agree to do it. They'll also mention how group 2 is the kind of person that's absolutely all right being just by themselves. Group 2 is the kind of person who likes to travel by themselves, big on solo traveling, takes themselves out on date nights. The kind of person who loves their own company, the kind of person who does not need anybody else to feel whole, to feel complete. You might be the kind of person, group 2, who really likes to experiment with their dressing or add a lot of details to your attire, or you like to be dressed in brightly colored clothes. So that's something else that this person will be sure to mention. All right, let's see what else do we have. 3 of Cups and 4 of Pentacles. Whoever this is that you are asking about, like how would they describe you to someone, this might be someone who's very close to you, someone you've grown up with, someone who's a very dear friend of yours, someone you've recently reconciled with, some sibling of yours also for that matter. But they will tell these people that if you're friends with group 2, you have to consider yourself lucky because they don't really have too many friends. So you know for a fact that if they pick you, they do see some value in you, because group 2 is the kind of person who values quality over quantity. They'll also mention how in any party, any occasion, any special gathering, group 2 is always the life of the party. It is always after group 2's arrival in the picture that things start looking up. Group 2 really knows how to set the mood, no matter what the occasion is. They'll also mention how you, group 2, are always there for anyone, any of your friends or family members who ever need you. You're a very loyal friend, you're a very loyal partner, and you're very possessive and protective about the people, about your people. So your friends, your family members, your partner, you are very possessive and protective about them. This person will also tell others that group 2 does not look their age. There is a softness in their features. Group 2 looks as if they have not been touched by the world just yet. The world hasn't gotten to them just yet. Group 2 seems like they don't really age at all, but they're very wise. They're wise beyond their years. In fact, whoever this person is, they feel very protective about you. And so again, they'll be sure to mention this as well to whoever's asking, that I don't really care for a lot of people, but for some reason, when it comes to group 2, I can lose my shit very easily. I'm very protective about group 2. In fact, I just heard group 2 is the kind of person that needs to be protected, in the sense that, not in the sense that you need protection and that you cannot take care of yourself, but because people like you in today's world are so limited that you need to be protected and you need to be cherished. All right, let's see what else do we have. Boat, money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. And we have older woman, which says dealings or relationship with an older woman. This is very interesting. So this person will tell these other people about you, group 2. Yikes. As I was saying, this person will tell these other people about you, group 2, that even though you don't look your age, but in your case, it's most likely one of those young heart and old soul kind of a thing, because you seem to possess a lot of wisdom that seems generational. Like, there's no way in hell someone your age can possibly know so much. Your knowledge spans across decades and cultures and whatnot, and it's very interesting to talk to you. You make for a very good partner when it comes to holding and having deep intellectual conversations. This person might also tell these people that you're someone, maybe you're old money, maybe you come from a family that is generationally wealthy, and even if not, if that is not the case, then this person will tell others that group 2, wherever they are right now, if at all if they are successful in their career, it is because of their own efforts. They did not have any godfather in the industry. They did not sit and rely on any inheritance or property or anything else. They took charge, and they made that name for themselves. You might also be someone who's very close to some grandmother of yours, and maybe this person knows about it, so they'll be sure to tell that also, that group 2 is the kind of person who loves to chat with old people and know about their life stories. All right, what else do we have? Creation and milk and honey. My. So for some of you, this might be someone who is absolutely head over heels for the way that you look. And with milk and honey over here, it seems like once they begin describing your physical features, they just do not know when to shut up and when enough is enough. They can go on and on and on. The way that you smell, the way that you look, your touch also, for that matter. In fact, when I look at this milk and honey over here, along with this rainbow, I feel like this person will really appreciate the kind of sunshine personality that you have, group 2. You're not the kind of person who is a pessimist. You're not the kind of person who's always just backbiting or gossiping or bitching. You do really know how to talk about nice things, fun things, interesting things, how to lighten up the mood, how to cheer up people. In fact, with creation over here, this person will also tell others about you, group 2, that you're very witty, that you're very quick on your feet. You come up with the most absurd ideas in mere seconds, but they're always fun. Like, you're the kind of person who invents games for parties. You're the kind of person who invents rules and games and all of that in under 5 minutes. And then they kind of become traditions for the parties, for the house parties that come. Maybe you are a creator of some sort, whether you're a digital creator or something else. Whatever it is that you create, whether it is art or music or anything else, like I said, for that matter, that is also something that is worthy of appreciation, and that's also something that this person will make sure to tell others about you, that you have that creative touch. I just heard best out of waste. So maybe your creations are somewhere along those lines. You upscale things and you post about them. In fact, with creation over here in Milk and Honey, maybe the wealth that you have created for yourself is a result of this work of yours that you do, this business of yours that you do. So that will also be a part of your description whenever someone asks. With Milk and Honey over here, in general, words such as, oh, they're really sweet, oh, they're such a darling, they're really nice to talk to, they have a very endearing personality. These are something that will be spoken about you. In fact, with Milk and Honey, I'm also being told that if someone asks about you to this person group 2, they'll say that if ever you need a pep talk, or if ever you need to feel good about yourself, if ever you need to feel motivated, and if ever you need to feel like you are good enough, you are worthy, and that you matter, you should definitely speak to group 2, connect with them, hang out with them, spend some time with them. Because I don't know how group 2 does it, but they definitely have this fantastic way of making you fall in love with yourself, making you fall in love with life for that matter, which is so great. Maybe you're someone who has a sweet tooth. You love to eat sweet things, baked goods, some sweet goods that are fried. Some of you might actually be good at making all these things as well. So again, like I said, that also adds to your list of descriptions that go for you. If this is someone who lives with you or someone that has grown up with you, maybe you had a habit of stealing all the sweet goodies in the house and keep them for yourself. Just a little mischief that you used to do as a kid, of course. So that's another thing that will come up. You might also, some of you might be psychics. You might be very good at seeing orbs or picking up on signs and synchronicities from the universe. Maybe you work very closely with nature spirits. You do some sort of elemental magic. So that might also come up in conversations. But Spirit was quick to add that these aspects of your personality will only be shared with people whom both you and this person are close to, not just about anyone that's curious about you or asking about you. Something about how symmetrical your face is will also come up while this person is being asked to describe you. You have a very childlike personality. You have a lot of innocence. You know how to find fun in the most mundane things. Like, even if it's a very boring 9 to 5 routine, you know when to do what to spice it up, to make things more interesting, to make things more fun. And it's like, it's almost magical, and it just comes so naturally to you. You can think about all these different ways to, like I said, really amp up the energy that not a lot of people can think about, that not a lot of people can come up with. So that in itself is what's so surprisingly good and even great about you, group 2. All right, so these are all the messages that I have for you guys right now. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here, and hit the bell icon when you do so. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hello group 3, if you guys chose the third image, let's find out how would the person on your mind describe you to someone. So the cards that came out for you guys are Honeybee, that says, let compassion and forgiveness be your top priority in this situation. Then we have Walrus, which says, remain vigilant about the current situation, pay attention to signs and omens, and let them dictate your choices. All right, so your energy, like, you cannot be, I was going to say you cannot be contained, but there's something else that Spirit is sending, group 3. Let me catch that. You are difficult to catch. That's what that is, group 3. Anyone who thinks they have you all figured out is obviously mistaken. Even though this is the Honeybee and Walrus, but Spirit just told me that you're the kind of person who's always leveling up, always shedding their old skin and just transforming and transforming. So let's say if someone asks this person about you today, and then if they were to inquire about you 3 or 4 months from now, there would have been a lot of changes in the description. This person would begin by appreciating who you are at your core, group 3. At your core, you're someone who's extremely compassionate. You have a big heart. You are someone who does not find it difficult to forgive other people. You do not hold grudges. You do not wish ill upon anyone. You're not exactly the bearer of peace. You're not exactly the messenger of peace. But for the sake of your peace, for the sake of your own mental sanity, you do not like to carry any of these toxic or lower vibrational energies or memories also, for that matter, with you. You're the kind of person who likes to forgive and forget and just, like, get done with it. This person will also probably add how group 3 is the kind of person who never jumps to any conclusion. Group 3 never jumps to any decision. They always make sure to pay attention, see how the situation is unfolding, then they'll analyze it, then they'll come up with their pros and cons, and then accordingly, group 3 will decide what the right course of action should be for them in that situation. Also, group 3 is not the kind of person who gives into herd mentality. Group 3 is not the kind of person who will, jump in a well just because everyone before them in the line was also jumping in the well. They'll do what feels right to them. Group 3, you might be someone who's very spiritual and you're very good at catching signs and synchronicities that the universe sends your way. And if this person is aware of it, again, that'll also something that they'll mention about you. You have a great smile, you have great teeth, a great smile, a perfect smile. In fact, you're the kind of person who flashes their teeth when you smile. And I just heard that your smile can make someone's day, a heartfelt smile from you. So that's another thing that this person will mention about you. Your energy is very infectiously good. It's very difficult for a person to stay or feel rather downtrodden or dull if they're around you, because your energy is very buzzing, it's very alive, it's like you're in love with life and it shows. So that passion, like I said, is infectious and it carries from you to the other person and it just creates like a ripple effect. All right, let's see what else do we have. The Knight of Pentacles and the Emperor. There are many instances when people underestimate you, group 3, and then you prove them wrong, and it feels great to prove them wrong. This person is aware about it. Maybe once upon a time, they too were the kind of person who had underestimated you, and then you just proved them wrong, and they were like, wow, that was probably one of the biggest mistakes that I've ever made. You might be the dark horse, you might have been the underdog, and then now you outshine. In fact, your decision making ability is not at all in sync with your numerical age. For example, let's say that you're just 19 years old, but the way in which you analyze situations, make your decisions, and even think about the future, it's almost as if it's some 40 or 50-year-old person planning about early retirement. You have a very masculine energy, regardless of whether or not you're a masculine or feminine. You have that go-getter spirit in you. Again, we had seen the walrus for you earlier, so it's not like you jump to decisions. You take your time with it. We do have the Knight of Pentacles for you over here, so you do take your time with it. But you do not spend your days just thinking. When it comes to doing, you know what to do, you know how to go about it. You are a very action-oriented person and you have long-term goals. You're not the kind of person who wants to settle. You're always the kind of person who wants more and more and more and likes to see what else and what more is there for life to offer you. No matter how much money you make, there's something about you, the way that you dress, your interests, your hobbies, that just gives this old money vibe to you, which is present over here. In fact, this person might also add how the opposite sex sometimes feels very intimidated by you because you are always sitting in your power and because okay, so for example's sake, this person might tell other people about you, group 3, how men sometimes find you very intimidating because you're not the kind of woman, who would necessarily wait to be asked out. If you want to make plans, you'll make plans and you'll be like, listen, I was thinking that we could meet at this place at this time. Do you want to come or not? So it's like that. So there's nothing about you that is very conventional. And some people can find that challenging about you. Sometimes you like to dominate, is another thing that I heard. Sometimes you really exert your viewpoints and your opinions on other people. And maybe the person who is telling all these things about you has, again, experienced that firsthand. So they are quick to add that as well. All right, what else do we have? Fire, which says strong emotion, passionate love or hate. And turkey, someone is behaving stupidly. So you might have always been the class clown, group 3. You might be the kind of person who loves to entertain people, who loves to make people laugh. You're always pulling pranks, cracking jokes. You might be someone who has very witty one-liners. And you have no idea, I mean, you have no difficulty if people are laughing at you. And even if not necessarily with you, you're totally okay with it. You might be very good at mimicking people. You're very good at copying other people's mannerisms, and of course you add your own spin to it and make it even more funny. So you are a funny person. It's like you have a natural comic. Whether or not you are a stand-up comedian by profession doesn't really matter, but you know how to get a good laugh out of someone. And especially if someone's having a bad day, they can definitely count on you to get them to laugh again. You're someone who has a lot of passion regarding life and regarding what it is that you love and who it is that you love, all the people that are close to you. You're also someone who feels emotions more deeply as compared to a lot of people. So you might be someone who's a natural empath, and this person might be aware of it. And so they'll tell that too. That, like, we feel emotions in this range, but group 3 feels emotions in this range. You love and you hate in equal proportions. That's another thing that I just heard. And this person might be aware of it as well, and they'll convey this too, that group 3 is the best lover that you can have, but group 3 also has the capacity to make the worst enemy ever. So you should definitely try to stay on their good side and do not mess with them unnecessarily. And especially not because you think that, oh, they're so funny and they're very quirky and they're always making people laugh, so of course how can this person harm me in any manner. But hello, we have fire over here. If you play with fire, you will get burnt, and that is what your energy is. If someone tries to play you, you will bring out this fire that you hold. And well, next time onwards they would have known better. All right, let's see what else we have for you, group 3. Renewal and unfinished symphony. I heard that nobody can get enough of you, and especially not this person who is telling all these things about you to others. The more I spend time with group 3, the more I want to get to know them. And when I leave the room, or when group 3 and I go our ways, it's like I lost a part of myself, and I don't want to ever be without them. And even if this is someone with whom you're not connected in a romantic capacity, despite that too, just in general, you're the kind of person, group 3, whom people miss when you're gone. And so they make sure to tell this also. Whenever you meet group 3, just a little heads up, once your meeting is over, you will feel that void. You will feel like something's amiss. You will feel like, oh, I wish I'd spoken to them just a little bit more. Oh, I wish they could have stayed a little bit longer. With renewal over here, I'm getting two messages. One, of course, is that you have kept your inner child alive in a world where people are so consumed with their responsibilities and just in general how life unfolds. So the fact that you are still in touch with who you used to be is something that this person finds very admirable, and so they will share this about you. And another thing with renewal over here is that you never leave anything, any project, any goal unfinished. You might not necessarily complete it all in one go, but you always come back to it. Whether it is a promise, whether it is a show, whether it is a situation, some task, you always come back to it. And somewhere with renewal over here and the spring and the way that the ice around it is gradually melting, you don't stay in any one season of your life for too long. And this can talk about your dressing sense. This can talk about your favorite cuisine. This can talk about the kind of music that you're listening to. This can talk about the kind of content that you're consuming online. It's never always the same. That's why I said you are never in just one season of your life. So each time someone meets you, you have something new to offer. For instance, for 2 consecutive months, you might just be listening to EDM, but then for 4 consecutive months, you'll just be listening to indie music. Kind of like that. Also, and this is something that this person will not be able to explain, but still they'll tell the people about this quality of yours, group 3. You have a very unique way of dissolving any heavy emotion that someone is feeling and help them feel better again, help them feel alive again, help them feel like someday probably I will figure this out, I will find out a solution to my problem. It isn't impossible. So you reinstill hope and faith in people. How do you do it? This individual is clueless, but they know that you do it because maybe you did something like that for them as well. Maybe you found them at a time when they were going through something and you reinstilled hope in them, and that got them through a really dark and difficult period of their life. So they now see you somewhat as this savior who just goes around touching lives, transforming them, making them better without ever taking credit for it, without ever realizing what difference they've made. All right, group 3. So these are all the messages that I have for you guys right now. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here and hit the bell icon when you do so. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.